Once upon a time, there was a little boy who lived in a small house in the woods. He lived there with his mom. And one day, he was walking through the woods, and he saw something strange. As he was walking along, he saw a large and beautiful key sitting on the ground in the middle of the path. He had no idea what the key would open. He picked it up, and he wondered where it had come from. Had somebody dropped it when they were going through the forest? And then he wondered, well, what does this open? Does it open a door? A great big door? Does it open a treasure chest? Is it the key to a castle? Or is it a magic key that opens up a way to a magic land? So, he picked up the key, and he ran home, and showed the key to his mom. He said, "Mom, I found this key in the woods. What do you think it goes to?" And she looked at the key, picked it up, and looked at it very closely. She had a strange look on her face. The boy wondered if maybe, just maybe, his mom knew something about this key that he didn't. She said, "Well, I think you should take this key back to where you found it." And the boy was surprised and said, "You want me to just put it back on the ground?" And she said, "No, don't put it back, but go back to where you found it, and from there, keep walking down the path, and see if maybe you find something that it might go to." The boy thought this was very strange. His mom didn't usually talk like this, but he knew as soon as she said it that that was what he was supposed to do. So he took the key and he started walking down the path. He found the spot where he had found it, and he looked at the path, and he kept on walking down the path the way he had been going. And as he went, as he walked and walked and walked, he came across a tree, a very, very big tree that was right in the middle of the road, right in the middle of the path. And he thought that was very strange. He'd been down this path before, and he couldn't remember ever having seen such a humongous tree in the middle of the path. So he started to look at the tree, and he started to walk around it and feel it. And all of a sudden, he saw something that he had not expected. A hole in the side of the tree. Not just a hole, a keyhole. And he looked at the key, and he looked at the hole, and he thought, this looks like it's exactly the right size and shape for this key. So, he lifted the key, stuck it in the keyhole, and turned. There was a loud clicking sound, and all of a sudden, a door opened in the side of the tree. He walked inside and fell. And he was like, "Ah!" as he was falling down. But then he found he was sliding down. Sliding down a slide, down into the ground. And when he got to the bottom, he was in a large cave. There were torches up on the walls, and they were burning. And sitting at the end of the room was a strange man sitting on a throne. He walked up to him. The man said, "I see you have found my key." And the boy said, "Yeah, do you need it back?" And he said, "Can you give it back to me?" And the boy said, "Well, I think it's still in the keyhole in the tree." And the man said, "Yes, I think it is still there. Oh well, I guess you can't give it back to me. But what is it that you came looking for?" And the boy said, "I don't know. My mom, when I found the key, she just told me go back on the path and keep on going down it and see if I found what the key went to. And the man said, well, you've definitely found what the key went to. But now, what is it that you want? And the boy said, I don't know what you mean. I didn't really want anything, except, I guess, to find where the key went. And the man said, you don't understand. You found that key, and you came here. You found the entrance to this place. Most can't do that, but you did. And that means you get a wish. And the boy thought, a wish? And the man said, yes. You found that key, and now you have come here, and now you get to be granted a wish, just like your mother was. The boy was very surprised. Said, my mother? And he said, well, of course. How do you think she recognized the key? She came to visit me once. A little while before you were born, actually. A few years before that. And the boy said, oh, I don't know what to wish for. And the man said, I think you know exactly what you want to wish for. And the boy thought, and he realized it was true. He said, I want my father to come back. My father's been gone on a long journey, and we don't know if he's safe or not. I want him to come back safely. And the man said, your wish is granted. Now, why don't you head back up and go home? The boy said, well, I kind of slid down here. I don't know how to get back up. And the man said, turn around and look. And he looked, and to his surprise, the stairs were gone. The slide was gone, and stairs were there. And so he said thank you to the man. The man waved goodbye. The boy ran up the stairs, went out of the tree, and without even looking back, started running down the path. And soon he came home, and as he did, he got home just in time to see his father coming back from his journey, and his mother rushing out to greet him. And she was so happy. And the boy came and gave them hugs, and her dad came back inside, and they were very happy. Well, the dad had traveled a long way, and he was very tired, so after they ate, he fell asleep. And the boy looked at his mom and said, Mom, I found the key, and I found where it went, and I found a little man, and he gave me a wish. And Mom said, I know. What did you wish for? And she said, I wish that Dad would come back, that he would come back safe. She smiled and said, yes, I made a similar wish. When I found the key years ago, I made the wish that your father would come. Because you see, then he was on a journey too. We hadn't gotten married yet, but I wanted so much for him to be safe, and I wished for him to come back. And so, we both wished for him. And now, we are a happy family again. And the little boy smiled, and he knew that she was right. And they really were a happy family once again. The end.